Kansas City. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Yellow!
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Yellow! 50, 480!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Mahomes going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this one's incomplete. The Chiefs at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow!
Up the middle here, it's Lewis. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Lewis. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Lewis between the tackles. And he'll be taken down at the 34. You look at the defense for these Texans. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. It's a gain of a yard, and that'll be good for a KC first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Hey, Ripley.
Now Lewis here on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now here's Mahomes. Sets up the screen to Lewis. He's got room at the 30. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here's Mahomes to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0.
Texans nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. And they'll send Williams in motion right. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down.
At the 16-yard line.
I don't need to. I don't need to. Right side.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Mayfield down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a 2nd and 10. And the tight end goes in motion left. To throw, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 21-0 our score after one.
First down. A gain of 12.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Throwing, Mayfield. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And that is incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
It's not enough. You solid, but it's not enough. You better reach there, but it's not enough. Say you did it.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Lewis. He is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Williams to return. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Mayfield now from the 50. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 28-0.
Texans nothing. Harrison Butker and a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. George Karlaftis. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
180! King! Watch out!
Mayfield looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
180!
Now Mayfield. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt, that's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Mayfield. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look and repeat that in Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's now 3rd and
Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
at the 28-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Texans nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7.
180.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Williams. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And the Texans, 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
180. Hey,
now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Williams, a man in motion right. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield over the middle. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Kansas City. $39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Chuck. Walker hitting, the ball is out.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only.
Scampering home from 19 yards out.
And the Chiefs have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it is 42-0.
Chiefs 42. Texans nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off 4 games.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive will have the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. That time multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. To try again after the sack. Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And they'll run it here. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up third down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights? That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They run to Lewis out of the gun. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This is Lewis on the handoff. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
Mayfield off the play fake. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 34-yard.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He'll complete this one to Collins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll run with Mixon. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Mayfield now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Mayfield to throw it. And now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
180!
To throw, Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Walker is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Point after, right down the middle. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy,